Manchester United scouts watch Ronaldo Jr. Could CR7's son wear the red shirt? Welcome back to United Daily Updates, your most trusted source for all things Manchester United. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel where we break down the latest news, transfer updates, and inside stories from Old Trafford. We are your go-to community for honest, reliable Manchester United content that keeps you ahead of the game. Today we are talking about something that has the entire football world buzzing. Manchester United scouts were spotted watching Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., and fans everywhere asking the same question. Could we really see the son of our greatest ever player wearing the famous red shirt in the future? This is not just another rumor. This is not clickbait. There are real reports, real scouts, and real interest. But as always, we are going to give you the full picture. The excitement, the reality, and what it all means for Manchester United's future. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive deep into this story that has United fans dreaming about the future. The big news: United scouts were really there. Let's start with the facts. In May 2025, Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. made his debut for the Portugal under-15 national team. This was a huge moment for the 14-year-old. And guess what number he wore? The number 7 shirt. Yes, the same number his father made legendary at Manchester United, Real Madrid, and for Portugal. But here is what made this even more interesting. Manchester United sent scouts to watch this match. They were there in person, watching every move the young winger made. And they were not just casually observing. They were taking notes, analyzing his game, and reporting back to Old Trafford. Now, before we get too excited, let's be honest about something. Manchester United were not the only club watching. Reports say that at least 10 major European clubs had scouts at this match. We are talking about Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, Juventus, Inter Milan, and Tottenham. These are some of the biggest names in football, and they all want to see what Ronaldo Jr. can do. So yes, United are interested. But so is everyone else. This is going to be a race, and it is going to be competitive. Who is Cristiano Ronaldo Jr.? For those who might not know much about him, let's talk about who this young player actually is. Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. was born in June 2010, which makes him 14 years old right now. He has grown up around football his entire life. When you are the son of one of the greatest players in history, football is not just a hobby. It is part of your DNA. He started his youth career at Real Madrid's academy when his father was playing there. Then when Cristiano Ronaldo moved to Juventus, the young boy joined their youth setup. After that, he trained with Manchester United's academy briefly when his dad returned to Old Trafford in 2021. And now, he plays for Al Nassr's youth academy in Saudi Arabia, where his father currently plays. So he has already trained with some of the best academies in the world. He has seen different football cultures, different coaching methods, and different playing styles. That kind of experience is rare for someone so young. But what about his playing style? Well, he plays as a winger, just like his father did in his younger days. He has quick feet, good dribbling skills, and that natural confidence you see in players who have been around elite football their whole lives. Coaches who have worked with him say he has a strong mentality and works hard in training. Does he have the same talent as his father? That is impossible to say right now. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the greatest players of all time. Comparing anyone to him, even his own son, is not fair at this age. But the boy clearly has talent, and he clearly has potential. What did he do in that Portugal match? So what exactly happened in this Portugal under-15 debut that got all these scouts so interested? According to reports, Ronaldo Jr. put on a solid performance. He showed quick feet, good decision-making, and composure on the ball. He was not just running around trying to do too much. He played smart football, picked his moments, and tried to create chances for his team. One thing scouts always look for in young wingers is confidence. Do they want the ball in difficult situations? Do they try to take on defenders? Do they make runs even when they might not get the pass? Ronaldo Jr. showed all of these qualities. But let's be realistic. This was one match at under-15 level. Scouts know that one good game does not make a player. They need to see consistency. They need to see how he performs under pressure. They need to see how he develops physically as he grows. They need to see his mentality when things are not going well. That is why United and all these other clubs are watching him over a long period of time. They are not making decisions based on one match. They are building a profile of him as a player and as a person. The JJ Gabriel connection. United's own superstar in the making. Now here is where things get really interesting for Manchester United fans. While everyone is talking about Ronaldo Jr., we need to talk about a player we already have. His name is JJ Gabriel, and if you have not heard of him yet, you need to pay attention. JJ Gabriel is a 14-year-old winger who plays for Manchester United's academy. And he is not just any academy player. This kid is special. In March 2025, he was promoted to the under-18 squad, which is huge for someone his age. Most players his age are playing under 15 or under 16 football. But JJ Gabriel is already competing with players who are 3 or 4 years older than him. What makes him so special? First, his technical ability is outstanding. He has the kind of close control and dribbling skills that remind people of young Marcus Rashford. Second, he has incredible pace. When he gets the ball and runs at defenders, he is very difficult to stop. Third, and this might be the most important thing, he has the mentality to handle pressure. Playing against older, stronger, more experienced players is not easy. But JJ Gabriel has shown he can do it. He does not look scared or nervous. He plays with freedom and confidence. Now here is the really exciting part. Some football journalists, including Alan Nixon, who is very well connected in English football, have said that JJ Gabriel could become Manchester United's youngest ever player. He might even make his first team debut next season. Think about that for a second. A 15-year-old playing for Manchester United's first team. That would be absolutely incredible. It would show that our academy is producing real talent again. It would give young United fans a new hero to look up to. And it would prove that we are serious about developing young players. Could we see Ronaldo Jr. and JJ Gabriel together? This is the dream scenario that has United fans talking. Imagine Ronaldo Jr. signs for Manchester United's academy. Imagine him and JJ Gabriel playing together in the youth teams. Two incredibly talented wingers, both 14 years old, both with that special something that makes scouts excited. According to some reports, these two young players know each other from elite youth football circles. They have crossed paths at tournaments and training camps. So there's already some connection there. If United could bring Ronaldo Jr. to the club, pairing him with JJ Gabriel would make sense on multiple levels. First, it would give Ronaldo Jr. a familiar face in the squad. Moving to a new club in a new country is always difficult for young players. Having someone his age who he already knows would help him settle in. Second, competition brings out the best in players. If you have two talented wingers pushing each other in training every day, both of them will improve faster. They will challenge each other, learn from each other, and raise each other's level. Third, from a marketing and branding perspective, this would be huge for Manchester United. Having Cristiano Ronaldo's son at the club would generate massive global interest in our academy. It would bring attention to all our young players, including JJ Gabriel. It would help us attract other top young talents from around the world. But let's not get carried away. This is still a dream scenario. There are so many factors that would need to come together to make this happen. The challenge is, why this is not simple. As much as we all want to see Ronaldo Jr. in a Manchester United shirt, we need to be realistic about the challenges. First, there is massive competition. We already mentioned that at least 10 top clubs are watching him. Bayern Munich has one of the best academies in the world. So does Borussia Dortmund. Juventus already has a relationship with the Ronaldo family from when Cristiano played there. These clubs can all offer top-level coaching, great facilities, and clear pathways to first-team football. Second, there is the family situation. Cristiano Ronaldo is still playing for Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. His contract runs until at least 2026. That means the family is based in Saudi Arabia right now. Would they want to move back to Europe? Would Cristiano be comfortable having his son in England while he plays in Saudi Arabia? These are personal family decisions that are just as important as football decisions. Third, there is the pressure factor. Being Cristiano Ronaldo's son comes with expectations that most young players never have to deal with. Every time he steps on the pitch, people compare him to his father. Every mistake gets analyzed. Every good moment gets overhyped. That kind of pressure can be difficult for a 14-year-old to handle. If he comes to Manchester United, that pressure would be even greater. United fans remember his father as a legend. They would expect his son to be special too. That is a lot to put on a young player's shoulders. Fourth, there is the development question. Where would he develop best as a player? Sometimes the biggest club is not the best choice for a young player's development. He needs to be somewhere with coaches who understand him, teammates who support him, and a clear plan for his progression. United can offer all of these things, but so can other clubs. The decision is not just about which club has the biggest name. It is about which environment will help him become the best player he can be. What does this mean for Manchester United's academy strategy? Let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Why is Manchester United interested in Ronaldo Jr.? Is this just about his famous last name, or is there a real strategy here? The truth is, Manchester United are rebuilding their academy identity. For years, we were known for producing top young talent. Players like David Beckham, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, and the Neville brothers all came through our academy. But in recent years, we have not produced as many first-team players as we should have. Now, under new leadership, there is a clear focus on changing that. The club wants to build an academy that attracts the best young talent from around the world. They want to develop these players properly, and they want to give them a real pathway to the first team. Signing players like Ronaldo Jr. would be part of this strategy. It sends a message to other young players and their families that Manchester United is serious about youth development. It shows that we are willing to compete with any club in the world for the best young talent. But it is not just about signing famous names. The promotion of JJ Gabriel to the under-18s shows that we are also developing the players we already have. We are giving young players opportunities to shine. We are not afraid to promote them quickly if they are good enough. This two-pronged approach makes sense. Sign the best young talent from outside the club, and develop the talent you already have. If you do both well, you build a strong academy that can supply players to the first team for years to come. What do the fans think? Manchester United fans are divided on this news, and that is completely understandable. Some fans are incredibly excited. They see this as a chance to bring back a piece of Ronaldo magic to Old Trafford. They remember how special it was when Cristiano Ronaldo played for United. They remember the goals, the trophies, the incredible moments. Having his son at the club would feel like a continuation of that story. It would be emotional, romantic, and exciting. These fans also point to the practical benefits. Ronaldo Jr. is clearly talented. He is being watched by the biggest clubs in Europe for a reason. If United can sign him ahead of all that competition, it would be a statement. It would show we can still attract the best young talent in the world. Other fans are more cautious. They worry that this is more about emotion than logic. They ask whether we are interested in Ronaldo Jr. because of his talent, or because of his name. They point out that we already have talented young wingers like JJ Gabriel. Should we be focusing on developing the players we have, rather than chasing famous names? These fans also worry about the pressure. They have seen what happens when young players come to big clubs with huge expectations. Sometimes it works out. Often it does not. They want to protect Ronaldo Jr. from that pressure, even if it means he goes somewhere else. Both viewpoints are valid. This is not a black and white situation where one side is right and the other is wrong. It is complicated, and reasonable people can disagree. What should Manchester United do? So if you were making the decision for Manchester United, what would you do? Here is what I think. United should definitely pursue Ronaldo Jr., but they should do it for the right reasons. First, only sign him if the scouting team genuinely believes he has the talent to make it at the highest level. Do not sign him just because of his name. That would not be fair to him, and it would not be good for the club. Second, if we do sign him, we need to have a clear development plan. Who will coach him? How will we manage the pressure and expectations? How will we support him off the pitch as well as on it? These questions need good answers before we make any commitment. Third, we need to be realistic about timelines. He is 14 years old. Even if he has incredible talent, he is probably 6 or 7 years away from the first team. We need patience. We need to let him develop naturally without putting too much pressure on him too soon. Fourth, we should not let the pursuit of Ronaldo Jr. distract us from developing players like JJ Gabriel. That young man is showing incredible promise. He could be our next academy superstar. We need to give him all the support and opportunities he deserves. If United can balance all of these factors, then yes, pursuing Ronaldo Jr. makes sense. But it has to be done smartly, professionally, and with the player's best interests at heart. The emotional side, what would Ronaldo think? We cannot talk about this without thinking about Cristiano Ronaldo himself. What would he want for his son? Ronaldo clearly loves Manchester United. He has said many times that his time at United was special. He developed into a world-class player here. He won his first Champions League here. He became a global superstar here. United will always be an important part of his story. But as a father, his priority is his son's happiness and development. He knows better than anyone how difficult it is to be a young player at a top club. He knows about the pressure, the expectations, and the challenges. He will want his son to be somewhere that gives him the best chance to succeed. Would that place be Manchester United? Maybe. United can offer world-class coaching, great facilities, and a clear tradition of developing young players. But other clubs can offer those things too. One thing Ronaldo would definitely consider is playing time. He would want his son to play regularly, to gain experience, and to develop confidence. If United can guarantee that, it would be a big advantage. If not, another club might be a better choice. There is also the emotional factor. Ronaldo has complicated feelings about his second spell at United. It did not end well. There was conflict with the manager. There was frustration. He left on difficult terms. Would that affect his decision about his son? It is impossible to know for sure, but it might be a factor. What happens next? So where do we go from here? What are the next steps in this story? First, the scouting will continue. Manchester United and all the other interested clubs will keep watching Ronaldo Jr. over the coming months. They will watch him for Al Nassr's youth team. They will watch him for Portugal's youth teams. They will build a detailed profile of his abilities, his character, and his potential. Second, there will probably be conversations. At some point, if United are serious, they will need to talk to Ronaldo Jr.'s representatives. They will need to talk to his family. They will need to present their vision for his development. This is where the club's reputation and track record really matter. Third, we need to watch what happens with Cristiano Ronaldo's own career. If he decides to leave Al Nassr and move back to Europe, that could change everything. It would make it easier for his son to join a European club. But if he stays in Saudi Arabia for another year or two, the family might prefer to keep Ronaldo Jr. there as well. Fourth, the JJ Gabriel story will develop. If he continues to impress for the under-18s, we might see him involved with the first team sooner than expected. If that happens, it would show other young players, including Ronaldo Jr., that United really do give chances to academy players. The next 6 to 12 months will be crucial. We will learn a lot about how serious United are. We will learn a lot about what Ronaldo Jr. and his family want. And we will see whether this exciting possibility becomes a reality. Why this matters for United's future. Let's zoom out and think about why this story matters beyond just one player. Manchester United are at a crossroads. We are trying to get back to the top of English and European football. Part of that rebuilding process has to involve the academy. We cannot just buy every player we need. We need to develop talent ourselves. The interest in Ronaldo Jr. shows that United are thinking globally. We are looking for the best young talent wherever it is. We are not just relying on local scouting in England. We are competing with the biggest clubs in the world for players from different countries and different backgrounds. This is the right approach. Football is a global game now. The best academies are the ones that can attract talent from everywhere and develop it properly. But signing talented young players is only half the battle. The other half is developing them and giving them opportunities. That is where players like JJ Gabriel come in. If we can show that a 14-year-old can break into the first team when he is ready, it sends a powerful message. It tells young players that Manchester United is a place where talent gets rewarded. This combination of signing the best young talent and developing our existing players could transform our academy. It could make us a destination club for young players again. It could supply our first team with talented, hungry young players who understand what it means to play for Manchester United. That is the bigger picture. That is what this story is really about. Final thoughts, dream or reality? So let's come back to the big question. Will we see Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. wearing a Manchester United shirt? The honest answer is, maybe. There is genuine interest from United. The player is talented enough to justify that interest. There is a good story to tell about development, about legacy, and about the future. But there are also real challenges. Other clubs want him too. The family situation is complicated. The pressure would be intense. And ultimately, the decision will come down to what is best for the young player himself, not what makes the best headline. What I can say with confidence is this: the fact that United are in the conversation shows we are serious about youth development again. The fact that we are competing with Bayern, Juventus, and Dortmund for top young talent shows we are thinking like a big club should think. Whether we sign Ronaldo Jr. or not, this approach is the right one. Keep scouting the best young talent. Keep developing the players we have. Keep giving young players a pathway to the first team. Do that consistently for several years, and we will have an academy that can compete with anyone. Thank you for reading. Thank you so much for reading this deep dive into the Ronaldo Jr. and Manchester United story. I hope this gave you a complete picture of what is happening, what it means, and what might happen next. Remember, this is United Daily Updates, your trusted source for all things Manchester United. If you want to stay updated on this story and every other United story, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We break down the news, analyze the games, and keep you connected to the club we all love. What do you think about all of this? Should United go all in for Ronaldo Jr.? Would you be excited to see him and JJ Gabriel playing together? Or do you think we should focus on other priorities? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one and I love hearing what you think. Until next time, keep supporting United, keep believing in the future, and remember that the best is yet to come. This is United Daily Updates, and we will see you in the next one.